What's good, y'all? Marion Gates, also known as Phenomenon. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, comment, like, and if you really enjoy my content, share it. So I wanted to do this video a little different from the other ones. Just as a thank you to everybody that subscribed to my channel, everybody that has, supported it, whether you love LeBron or you don't love LeBron, I appreciate you. Even those that see my channel as a hate channel, I wanted to show you guys, appreciation by putting in some effort to actually add some context to what I'm saying, And I did a poll recently. Has the media turned on LeBron? Are they getting tired of his antics? And I wanted to show some clips that show that some of the people are getting tired, and some people are just, they taking some slight jabs, and they're not going all the way in. But I hope you guys enjoy it. Please let me know what you think of the video. Also comment on what you feel about LeBron yourself. Are you tired of his antics, or do you love him? And all in all, the positive thing I can say is LeBron is always going to provide us with some content. Whether you love him or you hate him, or you one of those guys that's indifferent, or you one of those guys that might see some of the greatness of his game, but also see the flaws in his game that give him constructive criticism. It doesn't matter what side of the table you're on. You're going to always have some content. So enjoy.
While everybody was focusing on LeBron and his social media stuff and wearing the Knicks towel, which was grade A LeBron passive-aggressive stuff, grade A wearing the Knicks towel, walking off the court at MSG.
What he does.
Here's my take on the situation. You're one of the two greatest players ever. If anyone has the authority to just go to the team, just say it. I don't have time for the Sherlock Holmes stuff. Which is what you said last week.
I can't figure it out.
Felt a lot, and I love the guy, but a lot like LeBron being like, hey, I saw this before anybody else type of thing. That's what it felt like to me, that Jed York being like, oh, yeah.
It felt more like, hey, I got to tell the owner I blew this gigantic investment we just made, so I better give it to him in little chunks.
Okay. No shots at LeBron in the show.
I watched the whole game. I seen the whole game. I was at home watching the game, and, I said he was going to, before the game even started, when I seen, I said he was probably going to score 70 tonight. I don't know what made me say that, and my friends was with me, and they was like, okay. So when he got to like 70, I was like, well, he might as well go for 80 now. So, I'm a fan of the game, and to see that performance was unbelievable.
What would your message be to your teammate, and what can you do yourself, to get the big back on the winning side of things?
I don't have any message for my teammates. Just go out and do your job.
Noticing that clip that LeBron is quick to mention his teammates, but the guy also asked him what he could do. But LeBron ain't focused on what he can do. He's not focused on the fact that he can play defense. He's not focused on the fact that he can motivate his teammates. He's not focused on anything but making himself look good. And this is why Doc Rivers' son, Austin Rivers, said what he said. If he's like this with these guys, how would he be with his son? Is he gonna be different with his son? Is that gonna make him he's gonna be more kind to his son? He's not gonna ever throw his son under the bus? That's gonna piss people off even more. That's bringing a cancer in your team. So either A, you're gonna have to hold your son to the same standard that you do these other NBA players, or you're gonna be favorable and not criticize your son, but criticize everybody else. This is why Austin said what he said.
What are the Lakers next year if they lose LeBron for nothing? It doesn't open up a ton of cap space for him. What are they?
I don't know, a team that beat the Celtics.
Finish the thought, if that's the real thought.
A team that I think that there's so much gravity to LeBron James. I'm not willing to say it would be 100% a disaster.
Well, I don't know that they be demonstrably worse. They're the ninth seed.
No,
right
but
now. Could they make the play-in without LeBron possible?
Well, hold on.
Yes, I know. It hurts. See, a lot of you guys, you fanboys, y'all watch highlights of LeBron or listen to what these guys on TV, these talking heads say. But anybody that actually watches this guy plays knows his game is absolute
People ascribed that Celtics loss, let's say, 98% to the Celtics laying down. I didn't. I thought it was 30% the Lakers kind of playing with a renewed energy. Was it weird that AD and LeBron weren't there? Yeah, but like Austin Reeves came alive. Jackson Hayes came alive. D'Angelo played well.
They could possibly be a play-in team without LeBron next year.
Where are all the media outlets, TV media personalities, hot takes that talk so much, whatever, about Joel Embiid, about missing those games when he knew what he was dealing with? Now he's out with an injury because of it. Not one person has went back on TV or their dumbass podcast and apologized to that man. No accountability. Couple of things. Number one, we saw the shop. Nobody called that a dumbass show. Why don't you watch your mouth? Number two, because it isn't a dumbass show, we're going to give you respect for it, even when we disagree with you, LeBron. Number two, LeBron James, why are you lying? Who talked about Joel Embiid? Nobody was questioning the legitimacy of the injury he suffered. What they were saying is he hadn't suffered that injury until he got fell on by Kuminga during the Warriors game. But prior to that, he was working out pregame in Denver and then was pulled off the court. So tell your facts, new media. Tell your facts. Tell the whole story. And last but not least, it doesn't escape the reality of what we're all saying. We're not talking about people who are injured. We're not talking about people who incur serious injuries and we see it before our very eyes. What we're talking about are people, not necessarily you, LeBron James, but that looked a hell of a lot like you last night in Boston, where you getting ready to play in New York, but somehow, some way, 48 hours earlier, you couldn't play in Boston. That's what we're talking about.
I'm very, very surprised. Actually, let me take that back. I'm not surprised that you left it at that. I'm not surprised that you didn't go any further because, I mean, GOAT James, far be it for you to besmirch him in any way, Shay.
The average fan gets so tired of the LeBron drama. We're reading the hourglass thing that he posted on the emoji. I mean, come on, huh, please? You've been on a million teams, and go look at all the great players in the history of the league. They all play for the same team. Russell played for the same team. Bird played for the same team. Jordan played for the same team. Magic played for the same. They all play for the same team. He's been on Cleveland, Miami, Cleveland, and the Lakers. Now he wants to go play for a fifth team? I mean, I think that hurts his legacy. That's number one. Number two, how could the Lakers, with LeBron and Anthony Davis, be a 500 basketball team?
That's a good
point. Can somebody explain? You know, they're going to be in a play-in. They're going to be in a play-in again.
I'm just saying, every single year, everybody's hand wringing over what should his team do. I've never seen this. Steph, is everybody yelling about the Warriors got to do something? I don't get it. I don't get it. I guess is it because we know LeBron needs 6 or, wants to get the 6?
There you go. You just said it.
About?
Because it's about LeBron.
So for those of you on radio or podcasting, he walks into the stadium while the national anthem is playing and sits down. It wasn't like some sort of protest, which was all silly and nonsensical. LeBron James just takes a seat. LeBron James is a 38-year-old brat. LeBron James, of course, will not apologize. He will not show any sort of contrition. LeBron James will never be Jordan. Of course, he'll never be Jordan on the court. He's a choke artist. He's lost more finals than he's won. And his kind of swan song with the LA Lakers is kind of an open joke, and the NBA is not what it used to be. Jordan never lost a final, for the record. But LeBron will also never have the character of Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan refused to ever be political. He was asked to weigh in on political matters. He said, Republicans buy shoes too. It was his famous quote. But the Jordan-James kind of comparison is always silly to me. It's not even in the same continent. And don't forget that LeBron faked a graffiti hate attack on his house, and it was brushed under the rug.
On that guy's last point, Like, it was eternal. But on his last point, like, you're a millionaire, right? There's cameras all in your neighborhood. But somehow, mysteriously, the graffiti is painted over. It's crazy to me. No evidence released. Which lets me know everything this man do, from him pretending to read the Malcolm X book on up, is fake. It's fake. It's fraudulent. Remember what he said with China?
Understand that what you could tweet or could say, and we always talk. We all talk about this freedom of speech. Yes, we all do have freedom of speech, but at times there are ramifications for the negative that can happen when you're not thinking about others and you're only thinking about yourself. So I don't believe. I don't want to get into a word or sentence feud with Daryl. Morey, but I believe he wasn't educated on the situation at hand, and he spoke, and so many people could have been harmed, not only financially but physically, emotionally, spiritually. So just be careful what we tweet and we say and what we do. Even though yes, we do have freedom of speech, but there can be a lot of negative.
I respect him a lot and I appreciate him a lot before this morning's comments. But after this morning's comments, I think it's the difference between great player and good player. And it's the difference between a hero and a basketball star. He's a good basketball star. He is one of the greatest of all time. But he's not a hero.
So in closing, as y'all seen, LeBron is not Malcolm X. He's not Muhammad Ali. He puts himself next to guys that he wants to be. He puts himself next to Kobe. He puts himself next to Dr. King. He quotes Dr. King. He quotes Kobe. He quotes Jordan. He quotes all these guys because it sounds good, and he placates. Whenever Breonna Taylor died and players were feeling some type of way, because there was so much going on at that time. So much. Like Kobe had died, George Floyd had died, Breonna Taylor, and these guys were, and then you're inside of, we have the whole pandemic happening, and guys were stepping up in leadership roles, and LeBron takes it over. He makes it about him. He's a politician. He goes out and tweets this thing, oh, the black woman is the most disrespected woman in the world, because he knew that would get black women on his side. Everything he do is strategic. Everything he do is strategic. He plays chess. It's just a lot of us know his moves. Everybody don't. If you don't play chess, you don't see his moves. But I see his moves. And there's other people that see his moves. We know it's fraudulent. He's not going to sacrifice what Muhammad Ali sacrificed. Muhammad Ali stood for what he believed in, to the point he could have actually lost his career. Dr. King lost his life. Malcolm X lost his life. These guys sacrificed. LeBron is a billionaire. What is he sacrificing? He's not going to. He has the depth of Colin Kaepernick. I bet if he came out with a movie, it's going to have that level of depth. When he speaks, listen to what he actually says. Is it anything that's not generic that an everyday guy could say? Tell me something that he said that we like, oh, I never thought about things that way. He says things that are very generic and very easy to side with. But when has he actually stepped out on a limb? See, Daryl Morey, look at the ramifications he suffered because of that. That's what happens when you actually stand for something that's not popular or trending, like Black Lives Matter was. It was very trendy. Kobe started a I Can't Breathe with the shirts and stuff. But LeBron hijacks everything and makes it about him. Even Kobe's death. He's not really concerned like he pretends to be. He just gonna do what's hot. If it ain't hot, he ain't gonna do it. If it's not gonna make his image look better. See, people have fallen in love with the ideal of LeBron. And then y'all wonder, oh, how can you hate a guy that you don't know? Because I see his antics. What are you talking about? We don't know him. He shows us who he is in his interviews and on television, what he does on the court. Like, what are you talking about? Like, he's just some stranger. Like, he's just some guy walking up the street. And I'm like, I hate that Joker. Look at him walking up the street. He think he all that. That's not it. People dislike the things that he does. The way he throws his teammates under the bus. What part of that do you not get? You're just fanboying out. We don't have to like LeBron. We don't. I don't hate this man and wish he gonna die or something. I wish he would retire. I wish like Jerry, like the owner of the Cowboys, he would just be quiet sometimes. Stop putting his foot in his mouth. But I don't wish death upon this man or nothing like that. I don't hate him. I don't hate his son. I actually feel bad for his son. Because I'm like, sometimes I wonder, does he even really want to do this? Or is he yet another thing used for the glorification of his father? I'm going to cut this video here. This is going to be the end of this. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. And I'm going to do another video on a separate matter, which is that whole 3-1 comeback. All right, y'all. Take care.